Hey guys, welcome. Welcome to my channel. If you're new to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. So I was able to get a little bit of sound if I switched around the monitors, but I still don't have speakers. So you guys are going to get an hour of me talking. And boy, do I have a lot to say. So first things first, let me say hi to everyone. What's up, Patreons, members, future Patreons, former Patreons, everyone in between, mods, subs, members, so on and so forth. All right. So yeah, I took the night off yesterday because I couldn't get my speakers working. Speakers was supposed to be here today, and of course they're not. Typical Amazon. So yeah, hopefully they'll be here tomorrow because I hate not having sound on my computer because like I can't even record a video because I can't hear it back. Like you can't edit without sound and my hearing is bad to begin with. So yeah, that's not going to work. So I spent my time making bottles, and there's that. So I gotta tell you guys, I've been watching this show. Well, not watching. I don't have time to sit down and watch, but I've been listening to this show. I'm kind of watching it, while I'm packaging candles and stuff, called Nashville. It's from 2012. It's on Hulu. It's got like 6 seasons. If you guys haven't seen it, it's really good. I probably never watched it in 2012 because it was Nashville and I'm not into country music, so I probably just blew it off. But Hayden Panettiere's in it and a couple of other people. It's a really good show. And so I'm on season 2. So that's why like you guys don't see me anywhere because I've 6 seasons. I do like 15 hours a day of this show, no joke. It's just like episode after episode after episode after episode. So it is a good show. I'm actually really surprised. I should have watched it in 2012. So, but yeah, it's really good. So that's why you guys haven't seen much of me. Plus, I've been doing a lot of candles and wrapping and working on my Cricut, learning some new things, making a big old mess on my desk. Yeah. All right, let's start with the obvious. So Drunk Turkeys are live right now with 1,500 people. And their title says they found a K-bar knife. No, they didn't. And nowhere, anywhere does it say that they found a K-bar knife. So if I'm wrong, please let me know. But what I looked up, they didn't find a K-bar knife. So please tell me why 1,500 people are in there live with a bullshit title. Hey, Whistle Down, with a bullshit title. They didn't find a fucking K-bar knife. There's no K-bar knife. They found a Smith & Wesson knife, and they found an unidentified make of a knife. Absolute clickbait. Total bullshit. Michelle, maybe you weren't around. They were getting 50 views per video, kind of like what I have now, but that's all they were getting on their videos. The Idaho murders happen, and all of a sudden they're getting 20,000 views on a video. 1,700 now. They're drunk. They sound like idiots. But yeah, they got 1,700 people watching them with a clickbait title. They hooked up with Lana. They hooked up with some other people. Yeah. And I saw the title. I got excited for a minute. I really did. I got excited for a minute. I thought, hey, maybe they found something. And, I've been watching Nashville, so I don't know. Maybe I missed something. No, I didn't miss anything. And this is from 2 weeks ago on the 2nd. Oh, okay. So let's just put clickbait titles and we'll get 1,700 people. It's mostly the same people chatting. Oh, I'm sure it is. But whistle down. Honestly, though, you find that in any chat. But 1,700 people go to a clickbait title. They must have learned well from Lana. But yeah, guys, no K-bar knife was found. No K-bar. Glory, 1,700 people disagree. I got 85. They got 1,700. Make that make sense. Hey, Bonnie. Make that make sense. And I'll be honest with you, that shit pisses me off. It really does. Yeah, I did that one night, Crystal. I did wear sunglasses. But I'm not bullshitting you. It's so frustrating to be a live creator at the moment that I just can't. I don't even want to fucking do it. I do call him out, Whistle Down. I call him out every time. Doesn't matter. People don't give a fuck. Just put a clickbait title. I'm going to do a test, my next live. Wait till you see my title. Because they bring someone into fight about old stuff. People like drama and fights. But we're 85 of the coolest. That's true, Michelle. You got that right. All right, whistle down. Hold on. Hold on. Shit, I don't mean to do that. Hold on. All right, wait. Now that I did that, I got to change the title a little. Hold on. Hold on. All right. Oh, shit. I don't want to edit the schedule. All right, I got to do it this way. Hold on. A doctor? Yeah, I can't, though, because I can't hear anyone. Hey, butterfly. Hold on. I got to do it through YouTube Studio. Come on, you slowpoke. Nope. All right. Done. Hey, Lisa. Oh, Kaz, did you? I can't see. StreamYard doesn't let you see memberships. Thank you, Kaz. Thank you, Gator. There you go, Lisa. Now you remember. So I changed the title. Whistle Down is my inside source. But seriously, though, the shit pisses me off. Like, it really does. It's aggravating. So let me tell you what they actually did find that's in the FBI report. The FBI found 2 knives, a gun, face mask, green leafy substance in his parents' home. Now, here's the catch, though, that a lot of people aren't talking about. It goes for 1 month, Amanda. Thank you, Stoned. No, Charlie, I didn't. Or maybe I did. I may have. So let me tell you guys what was actually found. Now, let me ask you this. Hold on 1 second. Hey, I can't talk now. I'm live. Oh, bitch, my bad. Bye. Bye. Sorry about that. Thank you so much, Stoned. Thank you, Stone. Stone is so good to me. All right. So let me tell you what was found. Okay. Now, here's what it doesn't tell us either. So let's be real about this. It doesn't say whose gun it was. It doesn't say whose knives it was. We have no idea whose knives it was, whose gun it was. Maybe it was his father's gun. Like, no, it wasn't his parents' house. I mean, it was his parents' house. It wasn't Brian. It wasn't Brian's house. It was his parents' house. So big deal. His parents had a gun. Big deal is his parents had knives. You still can't connect this to Brian. The ballistics haven't even come back. But I'm saying that it was in his parents' house. So for people to say or make it out like it's this big deal, no, it's really not a big deal. Thank you, Stoned. It's really not a big deal because we don't even know whose it was. I guarantee you it was his parents. My parents have knives in their house. My brother's got knives in his house. My brother has a gun. If I kill someone and run there, does that mean that his gun is mine? It's the stupidest fucking thing I ever heard. And I don't hear anybody talking about it, which blows my mind even more. Why is nobody discussing that it may not be Brian's items, that it very well might be his dad's? Why have I not heard anybody talk about that? So, but you know what I'm saying, Thunder? Like, you don't know whose they are. And odds are they're not Brian's. Odds are they were his parents. You know what I mean? So I think it's absolutely asinine that people are like, oh my God, oh my God. No, wake up, people. This is not a big deal. Even if it's ballistics, unless it has DNA from the four of them, that's another story. Nope. They didn't say stoner. All they said, exactly, Amanda. All they said was these are the items seized from his parents' home, not from his car, from his parents' home. They found the Smith & Wesson pocket knife, which is a pocket knife, which is no big deal. Nope. They did not get it from the car. This is all. And you know what, Stoner? You know why you believe it's from the car? Because of the way these creators lie over and over and over. That's why you think it's from a car. Because nobody has the balls to take less views and tell the truth like I do. And that's honest. Everybody wants so many views and so much money that they forget about the truth. And the truth is, this came from the house. It could be his parents. It was his parents' house. None of this came from the car. Why would they only name those knives out of the whole house? What are you talking about? What do you mean? Why would they only... I don't understand what you're saying. Who named the knives? Hey, Rich. Feel better, hon. We have DNA on the button of the sheath, and it was compared to the family DNA in the neighbor's trash. Correct. But creators have subs all fucked up. They really do. I've seen so many subs question things that just are not there. But they question it based on all the lies from these stupid ass creators. Just a girl, that's a big assumption too. To me, they were just knives found in his dad's home, in his parents' home. They may have absolutely zero to do with Brian. Zero. But they won't know that until they take them, until they check them. But regardless, Brian was there for a couple of days. Why wouldn't it have his DNA on it? Otherwise, you would have... No, that's not true, just a girl. My parents have Nazi knives. A lot of people collect knives. If he's a hunter, the father would have a knife. The mother, I don't know why you think they would just have kitchen knives. They live in Pennsylvania. A lot of people would have knives, guns, the whole nine. Where would those listed knives be if they took only those knives? Nobody's Stoner. Listen to me. I don't know where you're getting that there were so many knives. Nobody said there were so many knives. They just had 2 knives that they took. A Smith & Wesson knife, which may be a hunting knife, and an unidentified knife, which could be a hunting knife. There's a reason those knives, that may be the only 2 extra knives. They may not have another knife. That might be the only knives that they have that were, possible related. Yeah, like probable knives. Jag said, who's Jag? No, because we know that they didn't kill. We know that the Idaho 4 didn't die by a kitchen knife. So there's no reason for them to take them. There's no reason for them to take a kitchen knife because, all right. There's no reason for them to take a kitchen knife because nobody was killed with a kitchen knife. So there's no reason for them to take a kitchen knife. But they didn't take a K-bar knife. There is no K-bar knife. So what I think, maybe they're trying to see if one of these knives connect to a possible other, killing or something like that. I don't know. Correct. They had an idea based on the sheath. Why is my battery dead already? Hang on. I got to change my batteries. K-bar is not found. Correct. I think it's probably these came from areas. Yeah, but maybe they stored the... All right. And I'm not sticking up for Brian. I'm just thinking logically. How do we know that they didn't store the knives when Brian moved out? That they didn't store the knives in the house? In Brian's room. I'm going to store shit in my kids' room when they leave for college. Why wouldn't I? You see what I'm saying? I think it's silly that people are making all these assumptions. Don't make so many assumptions, because I can literally counter a reasonable, logical explanation. So, yeah, people shouldn't run with, because this seemed to be very concise. I disagree. And I'll tell you why I disagree in 1 second. Let me go grab batteries. Hold on. Nah. They don't have anything. They didn't have anything. They're taking anything they can that might fit. That's why. One day we should play pretend lore and do a prosecution and defense. We could do that. But it really is very obvious. There's an easy answer for all of this. Like, for real. They took a book with an underlining on page 118 and Kohlberger's AT&T bill. And a green leafy substance in a plastic bag. That could be pot. 3 empty magazines, which we know Brian didn't kill anyone by gun, so that doesn't matter. black face mask, black gloves, one black hat. They took nothing. Vehicle paperwork, books, a prescription, and electric items, including a cell phone, laptop, power cable, were also collected. Now, that I believe was Brian. Who wants to sketch the courtroom and who going to be Betty? Oh, did you guys see the article about Betty yesterday? Vanity Fair wrote up Betty in an article. I don't know. I heard she was upset. She should be thrilled. Autopsy hasn't confirmed. Yeah, they confirmed it was a K-bar. Hey, True Texan. Yeah, the autopsy knew that it was a K-bar. It's the ones that the drunk turkeys found. But that's it. That's all they found. Let me take a look. Hold on. Why am I not? Am I showing a picture or is it just showing white? It's showing a picture? Oh, I'm like way behind on chat. What about now? You guys see me and Fluffer now? Okay. Yeah, I don't know why it does that.
Guests with a lot of insight. And I'm going to start with the Lori Vallow story. The whole idea of having death taken off the table. Turns out there's a few reasons why. For starters, if you've been watching this show, if you've been watching all the other crime shows, if you've been listening to the blogs, if you're in the sleuthosphere on the interwebs, you know that Lori Vallow Daybell has been sort of.
I could care less about Vallow. Did I draw it? No, one of my old mods drew it. She's the one that did that one. She did one that says "Get the fuck out of here." She did a few of them. All right, so yeah, and you know what else? This article said that Donna Serafina was full of shit. Gee, really? I did not know that. That's what I was gonna talk about last night, was Donna Serafina and what a lying scammer she is. And I cannot even believe all the people that actually believe this woman. And the article called her out for being a scammer and being a liar. And the article was written by Vanity Fair. And I'll let you guys watch this while I pull up the article. I got to find it. Hold on.
And I know that you're big into crime because you're watching the show and you know how this stuff works. If you are a defendant, you get discovery. You get to find out what the state has against you so that you can mount an appropriate defense. It's just the way it works, folks. That's our constitutional right. And her constitutional right, she feels, is being violated because she thinks there's so much more discovery that she can't get her head around yet. There's just so much. And I looked at some of the numbers, and I don't know that she's so off base, actually. Let me see. 5,000 pages of evidence, 48 audio files. That's in the motion to suppress. Like, that's just too much, they say, to get their heads around before they got to actually go in and litigate this case in a courtroom. I mean, that's a lot to, I don't know how many staffers she's got. She's certainly not got any money to be paying for a big, robust O.J. Simpson defense. But the defense motion says that they will not and cannot review all of this material prior to the jury trial selection starting in Boise on March 27th, 2023. It's like barely 3 weeks away. So that's one of the reasons that they don't want the death penalty to be on the books. But, and by the way, they've earmarked like 80,000 documents already, and the state has already said, oh, this is just the beginning. Clearly, if there's 5,000 pages, but this motion just wants to exclude because they just don't have the time to read them all. And 48 audio files. By the way, I wonder if one of those audio files is the one I'm going to play you. The one like I wanted to kill my husband and angels tell me what to do and where to go, and I'm a chosen one, and end of days, and you name it. I'm going to play it for you. You have to hear it. I can't even do it justice. So the other thing is there's like the execution drugs. You probably heard this a lot. Most people who are dealing with a death penalty talk about the execution drugs because it is getting harder and harder for states to get their hands on those drugs to carry out their executions of their condemned. The drug companies don't really want to, they don't want to be a part of it anymore because it's pretty ugly and it gets pretty botchy. And even if the government is successful in convicting a jury to kill her, it will never happen, her defense team says, because the drugs are just getting too hard to find. And then there's the whole idea of the competency part. It's super important to know the difference between competency and insanity. And they do get conflated sometimes, but competency is very, very simple. Do you understand the charges against you?
What are you talking about? You can't appeal a death penalty. Yes, you can. People appeal death penalties all day. That's why they cost so much, because people appeal them all day long. That's 100% false. I don't know where you heard you can't appeal a death penalty. That's not true at all.
Can you assist in your defense? That's it. Two things. Elizabeth Smart's captors couldn't pass those two things for 10 years. And now it's been an issue with Lori, right? She was incompetent for quite a long time until suddenly she became competent. And I always wonder how that works. How is it you become competent? In the Elizabeth Smart case, they drugged those two to try to get them to be competent. That became a big kerfuffle. But the competency issue for her is more of her mental capacity, right? They want to bring in probably a diminished kind of mental capacity argument. And I thought this was really, really well worded. For her defense, this is really fascinating. So they're telegraphing the whole mental competency. And here's the title: We Don't Kill Witches Anymore. It makes more sense when you hear it in context. The government wanting to kill a mentally ill person is a troubling thought. This past week, the government submitted an opinion that maybe the defendant, Lori Vallow, wasn't mentally ill, but just evil. Even if the government's new opinion of the defendant has some believers that the defendant is just evil, we don't kill witches anymore in America. That's good. That's good prose, because we're talking about religion here. We're talking about a doomsday cult mom. That's what the media has deemed her, right? She's the doomsday cult mom. She believed Chad Vallow's garbage of a certain date passed. We're all fine. We didn't get sucked up into a vortex, but she believed at 11,044, I've forgotten the number, but she believed that there was only going to be that chosen number and that she was one of the herders getting that number together. And Rexburg, Idaho was the place it was all going to go down. Again, it happened. The day came and went. Nothing happened. Surprise, because every doomsday prophecy has given a date that comes and goes, and we still here. So can her defense say she was absolutely hook, line, and sinker, fallen under the spell of that guy? Her mental competency, her mental acuity, her mental illness caused her to be literally off the chain when it came to reality. I think that's going to play a big part in this trial, even though it's been heavily litigated, but it's super fascinating. So I talked to you about the number of audio files, the 48 audio files they want suppressed. We got one. I just don't know if it's one of the ones they want suppressed. But if I were a betting woman, I would want this one suppressed. I would, without question, not want a jury to hear what I'm about to play for you, because it is not good. It just isn't good. It's never good when you talk about seriously how you really wanted to kill your husband and you don't know someone's recording. It's a 40-minute recording. It was made during an informal religious meeting, a discussion that she was having with her pals. Happened in 2018 that she made these comments. The tape itself, just to give you some context, was given to the East Idaho News by a woman named Annie Cushing. And Annie Cushing had a brother who's no longer with us. He was married to Lori Vallow. He was husband number 3 of 5. And he mysteriously ended up dead of a heart attack. They took a whole bunch of second looks and third looks and fourth looks into that as well, given that it's a Lori Vallow husband. And Joseph Ryan, when he died, Lori Vallow spoke quite evil of Joe Ryan. And he's Ty Lee's dad, right? So I just want you to hear in her own words how she talked about her third husband, Joseph Ryan. Have a listen.
I had been married to someone who was very awful, who raped my children. And I had divorced him and gotten away from him. And he had joined the church. He spoke in state conference. Everyone thought he was wonderful. He was very good showman of all those things. And after we were divorced, he told everybody that I was this lying, crazy Mormon, and got up in court and said all these horrible things about me and turned it around to where the judges believed him instead of me. And he was constantly trying to get custody of my 3-year-old daughter, and just to rub it in my face. And I went through a lot of years of this kind of hard stuff. And I was going to murder him. I was going to kill him, like the scriptures say, like Nephi killed him, just to stop the pain and to stop him coming after me and to stop him coming after my children. And I just felt I couldn't take it anymore. And I would go through the scriptures and find all the things, like if he comes against you once, if he comes against you twice, if he comes against you 3 times, then you can kill him. It says it in the scriptures in the book of Mormon. I was like, there it is. There's my answer. I don't want to do anything that's wrong. I did not have a murderous heart. I just wanted to stop the bleeding and stop the pain.
Well, I guess a jury is going to determine if you have a murderous heart because you're facing 3 murder charges, 2 of them your own kids. So here is what she said about her religious beliefs, and this is where I think it's really important for her defense attorney. If they want this suppressed or if they want it in to just show how hook, line, and sinker she was. Here she's talking about how the angels tell her everything that she has to do, and she goes ahead and does it. Take a look.
I have had some wonderful experiences. I have been ministered to by the angel Moroni. I have seen him. I have had lots of angelic ministry with people who wake me up 4 o'clock in the morning and tell me things to do. I no longer need to sleep very much because I'm woken up constantly by angels and giving me instructions on things that I can do to help further the Father's work. I was in the sealing room one time and I saw a sister, a spirit sister. It was one of my husband's aunts, come over, and she kissed me on the cheek before she disappeared through the wall. And I'll tell you, I've had people talk to me. I was in the sealing room with my husband, and they were going through names, and we were sealing these daughters, and all of a sudden I hear this voice super loud, really loud. Don't forget about me, don't forget about me, twice. And I look around, I looked at the sealer, I looked at my husband, I'm like, anybody hear that? Because they know everything that is going on in our lives. They know everything. They're very involved in our lives. They're very interested in what we're doing right now because this time, the time is now. The Lord is gathering his people. He is calling people to the 144,000. They're already being called. They're already being sent on their missions. They're already going full circle. The time is now. The Savior cannot come to the unsanctified. He's going to come dwell with the sanctified. And that needs to be us. And if you have that desire, if you feel that burning inside you, that burning can become a fire on the outside of you. And when you walk down the road, the dark ones in the other realm are scared of you because you are great and terrible, because you are encased in heavenly fire.
Okay. So I just get the reactive look from Lauren Matthias. She is a reporter and podcaster who has been following this story very closely from the beginning. And John Matthias is a clinical and forensic psychologist. They are married. They are the co-hosts of the popular Hidden True Crime podcast and YouTube channel, OK, You Too. So every time I hear that, I just shake my head. And I think,
oh my God,
I wouldn't want a jury to hear that.
are.
And then I wonder, Lauren, if I actually would want a jury to hear that, because it really does show that she believes this stuff.
Absolutely. This was also, if you put into perspective, just months before she met Chad Daybell, who, is the co-conspirator. I mean, of course, they separated their trials now, and it's just Lori going to trial next month. But just months later, in December 2018, that is actually when she met Chad Daybell. So you have to put into perspective that this recording is actually showing who she was and right before meeting Chad, maybe showing how susceptible she was.
And the interesting thing is, it's based on his books, because she'd been reading this, Maestro Chad. She'd been reading all about Chad's, theories of the 144,000. I think I said 11,000 earlier, but 144,000 chosen ones, and it just got deeper and deeper. So, John, how deep did it get? You saw that little soupçon of what she told her meeting friends over that coffee. How bad did it get?
I think that's what a lot of the professionals, a lot of the mental health professionals in this case are trying to sort out, which is why she's gone from incompetent to competent to incompetent. Right? It's a tricky issue to dissect, and I think she was definitely deep in the weeds. But
why does he look like he's been dipped in plastic? He literally looks like he's been dipped into plastic and like ceramic plastic doll. Weird.
How much of it's consistent with her worldview to begin with, and how much of it is a result of reading Chad's work and meeting Chad? That's sometimes hard to distinguish.
So for those who look, a lot of our viewers right now know every in and out of this story, but some people don't. And it is a complicated labyrinthian story, trust me. But Lauren, essentially, to dumb it down a little bit, she believed her kids had become zombies and that they were possessed and had to go. In order to save them, effectively, they had to go. They were the unbelievers. They'd been possessed, and that was that. And so is her defense more likely going to be, I believe that, but Chad told me he took care of everything and the kids were fine. And so I just believed him. Because really, what other defense does she have? I killed them because I believe they were zombies and I'm crazy, so I shouldn't be held accountable?
I'm going to speculate here and say that is going to be one of their defenses, because I've read hundreds and hundreds of pages of FOIA documents that came from Arizona, because there's this whole other case, and crime in Arizona that we're not even getting to yet. That'll come next. And in that, they have so many texts between Chad and Lori is always saying to Chad, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? And Chad is telling her what to believe. And it's kind of eerie to read these FOIA docs. And so I suspect, because it's in these documents, that might be something the defense uses. Yes.
So, John, one last quick comment about this. The media coverage, overblown. It's all over the place. She can't get a fair trial. Therefore, the death penalty should be off the table. I mean, horse hockey, right? There have been so many cases that have been just as famous, if not more.
Right.
Do you think they have a snowball's chance in hell?
I would think not. The Murdoch case would have the similar issue, right? But they put together a jury that appeared to be unbiased. So I think it's a stretch, but You know, that's the defense's job is to, you know, to find Hail Marys like this, and that's what they're trying to do here.
Yeah. Lauren and John, Matthias, thank you both. Lauren, I'm going to ask you to stick around. I have some questions for you a little bit later. John, I'm going to give you an early weekend and see you again here soon, I hope.
All right.
And thank you very
Thanks
much.
for having us.
Yeah, you bet. Always. Still to come tonight marks 1 week. It was 1 week ago tonight. I was sitting in this chair and saying, boy, it's going to be a hard night for Alex.
All right. She's boring me tonight. Hey, Gina. So let's get into this, this article. Because this is some good shit. Hold on. All right. All right. So this is Vanity Fair's article on the Idaho 4. So Mark Trivelpiece, Corner Club owner Mark Trivelpiece, I'm going to call him Mark throughout the article because it gets confusing, was starting to hate reporters. As a rule, he condemns violence. Anyone who throws punches at the Corner Club gets booted. But 3 weeks into the media storm surrounding the murders of 4 college kids in his town, Trivelpiece was beginning to think that people don't get punched in the face enough. I can relate to that. On November 13th, Ethan, Xana, Kaylee, and Maddie had been stabbed to death in the girls' off-campus house in Moscow, home at University of Iowa. Mark's bar is where 2 of the victims spent their last evening on Earth. When the murders made news, the media swarmed, and Mark's business in particular came under siege. I want the Corner Club to be famous, he said, but not for this. When reporters barged in, talking about the murders in such a casual way, Mark was like, whatever you guys want to talk about at home is fine. But their friends, the victims' friends, are sitting right there. Let's not do this. He turned down location fees from NBC, ignored calls from TMZ, banished journalists from as far away as the London Telegraph, but they kept coming. Someone claiming to be from Fox News had recently followed a Corner Club employee's roommates to work. Like other Moscow business owners, Mark's workforce and customer base are heavily composed of students who make up about half the town's population. Now, before you continue reading, do you guys want me to read this whole thing or you just want the good parts? Because like the first half of this is all about Mark and the bar. So tell me what you guys want me to do. You want me to read all of it or just the good shit? Hey, Kim. Well, Kim, that's because you read it already. Just the good stuff. Okay. So the beginning of this is just talking about how Mark, the owner, handled the reporters and how bad the reporters were and how the reporters were like all over them. The bar's only rules like don't be an asshole, but of course people are still assholes. And one of the things that pissed him off, and I'm just summing this up, one of the things that pissed him off the most was the fact that YouTubers and social media kept lying about him, about the bar. Gee, I wonder who that could have been. Gee, let me think. Who was that constantly lied? Okay, so this is where it's reference to Reverend Donna Serafina. At the time, Smith was paying twice the price for 20% less profit at night. He decided to keep his store double-staffed after dark, hoping to make his young employees feel safer and insulate them from ongoing media harassment. Instead, the store was getting bombarded and borderline terrorized terrorized, in Smith's words, by acolytes of YouTube psychic Reverend Donna Serafina, who told her then 46,400 subscribers that the Moscow murderer, whoever that was, at the time, there were no suspects or arrests done at this time. So who told her that the murderer baked his own bread at a bread place, possibly owned by said murderer's parents. Since posting the video, Serafina has gained more than 10,000 subscribers. Okay. Can someone please tell me who doesn't cook fucking bread at his parents' house? I'll wait. Show me a person that has never cooked or toasted or something with bread at their parents' house. And mind you, she didn't say at parents' house. She said possibly owned by said murderer's parents. Are you fucking kidding me? I don't make my own bread, Smith corrected them. I don't have a son. I've never married, never had a child. Okay, so let me repeat that again. So all these followers of this fucking phony who told her subscribers that the Moscow murderer baked his own bread at a bread place possibly owned by said murderer's parents. Oh my God. Exactly. She came here wanting a chat to buy her a van life van to travel during the Wells case. That is 100% factual. Whistle down. So that was the first heads up about Serafina, which she was 150% wrong. As usual, this guy got pissed because he doesn't make his own bread. He doesn't have anything, nothing. Yeah, the spirit box says it's bullshit. I agree. What did you miss, Stoned? That Serafina is the fake that I've been saying all along? Drunk turkeys are liars like I've been saying all along? What part you miss? Lana's a fraud like I've been saying all along? But it was no use. The messages and comments and posts proliferated. Visits to the company Facebook page soared from 243 to 231,000. For failing to turn in my non-existent son, Smith received a suspicious catering order from Douchey Coward, Inc. Mark, a University of Idaho alumni, was hanging out with his bulldogs, Matilda and Sarge, when one of his buddies reached out to say the Corner Club was on TV again. This time on News Nation's Banfield, hosted by Banfield, whom readers might remember from her NBC coverage of the 9/11 attacks, who is now a more Soto voice, Nancy Grace. It was December 12th. News ran day 29, killer still on the loose, talked about all that. Imagine the money she made. It's more than you could get. Oh, I believe it. Janice, I don't know. Then they were talking about Enton. Okay. So then they were talking about web sleuths. And they're, since 1999 with the Luca Magnotta. Since then, crime reporters have been in competition with a new breed of paparazzo. While reporting on Petito from her killer's lawn, Enton found himself shoulder to shoulder with vigilante civilians and social media influencers like Bullhorn Betty. Okay, Bullhorn Betty is not an influencer, but that's pretty funny. Who would later upload 3 videos about one of the Moscow victim's surviving roommates, featuring a thumbnail image of Xana Kernnoodle's face with the words, "Why didn't you save me?" Like many sleuths, Betty's methods seem unscrupulous. She reports rumors and perpetuates harassment of innocent people. But for practical reasons, Enton has needed to find a way to coexist with people like her. "I just want to get my job done every day," he told me. refusing to speak ill of Betty. In part, he jokes, because I don't want her showing up at my house with a bullhorn. More seriously, Enton said that it's not up to him whether sleuths have earned their place among trained reporters. The reality is that our digital ecosystem elevates the voices of specialists and enthusiasts alike. At the end of the day, they're still going to be here, he said, and I'm still going to be here. Now, let me just say, good job to Brian Enton, who kept this totally professional. There's so many things he could have said and didn't say. More power to him that he did a fantastic job. He really did. Now, let's go to Bullhorn Betty for a second. Let me see where that clicks to. Okay. That goes right to her channel. If you click that, it goes right to her channel. The reason why that's important, I heard she got mad about this. She should be highlighting this and thanking Vanity Fair tenfold. Now, I understand that it didn't do anything. And it, you know, it's not like giving her views, but I don't think a lot of people even know about this article. One of my Patreons gave it to me. Here's what I will say about it. Rolling Stone did an article on me years ago when it came to Making a Murderer. I didn't even realize they were talking about me. Hey, Gravy, she's a fraud. I didn't even know they were talking about me until you click all the links. They basically told me I was crazy and that my theory was wrong. But the fact that Rolling Stone wrote about it, I was fucking jumping up and down. I didn't care they said I was crazy. The fact that when you click that link, it linked to a Reddit post, which linked right to my video. I was thrilled. I had that shit in a frame for like 4 years. I recently lost it. But yeah, I had that shit in a frame. I got to reprint it. But you would think that she would be like ecstatic, absolutely ecstatic. She's not. I don't get it. I really don't get it at all. Exactly. She should be fucking thrilled. But nope, she's not. She made a clapback video. But I thought Brian did a great job. So maybe not 99, but like 90% of the web sleuths have good intentions. Strangers was sending Enton random amounts of money on Venmo, a standard source of income for sleuths like Bullhorn Betty, which would have been fine if Enton were self-employed, but he had a salary job at News Nation. $20 rolled in before he could figure out how to set his Venmo to private. Despite his professional use of Twitter, Enton is the first to admit he's not exactly internet savvy. He doesn't have a TikTok account. He seems surprised to hear that TikToks are about him. He had never visited Reddit. Have you ever been on Reddit? It's like really popular, right? Another time he commented to me, next door, have you ever heard of that app? Once he referenced web sleuths as the internet people. When asked whether he thought sleuths might be causing more harm than good, is when he said that 90% of web sleuths have good intentions. It's a common misconception that sleuths solved Petito's murder. In reality, sleuthing helped police focus the search on Petito's body. But it's a stretch to say amateur sleuths found her. Okay, this girl is 100% wrong, but she's 100% wrong. Red, White, and Bouthane found Gabby Petito. If not for Red, White, and Bouthane, Gabby Petito would probably still be out there. So, no, I disagree with this part of the article. Red, White, and Blue, and Bouthane, whatever, definitely found Gabby Petito. As Isaac West, an associate professor at Vanderbilt, said people are participating in a social drama, but their participants and achieving justice are disconnected. One is not causing the other. I disagree with that statement too. I would say a lot of times they're correct, but sometimes it does. Sleuths persist in the belief that they are the heroes. As Lacey J. Meek's follower count 1,273 tweeted during the Moscow murders investigations, "For the love of God, I wish Moscow PD would provide provide us, the finders of Gabby Petito, with info." I don't even know what that means. Murder investigations happen on a microscopic level. After graduating from the police academy, a grueling process that involves physically demanding drills and literal obstacle courses, an aspiring homicide detective undergoes years of training. To denigrate this process may partly reflect society's growing discomfort with law enforcement. There have been many instances of police murdering civilians. Fearing them makes sense, but considering oneself more capable of solving a quadruple homicide from afar using only a computer speaks to a larger delusion that online we can do anything, get rich, become famous, lead revolutions, diagnose ourselves with rare diseases, and solve mysteries. Okay, she's 150% wrong. Like, I can't say it enough. She reminds me of the type of person that automatically believes cops are right, because there's a lot of web sleuths that actually solve crimes. How do I know this? Either Hulu or Netflix did an entire series on it. They really did. They did an entire series on it. So that's total bullshit. Only a week after the murder, so many damaging rumors swirled on social media that Moscow police issued an update saying, "We urge reliance on official channels and accurate information." Instead, trolls and social media stalkers harassed young reporters at the Argonaut. U of I's student newspaper, as it made his way through Moscow, sleuths spread untrue rumors that Mogan had bullied her freshman roommate into suicide, and the stabbings were an act of revenge carried out 2 days before what would have been the girl's birthday. Others claimed one of the girl's neighbors, Jeremy, was the culprit. Why else would he give interviews to the reporters camped outside? Hoping to set the record straight, Jeremy did more interviews and voluntarily provided his DNA to police, yet the so-called sleuthing intensified to a point where he felt it necessary to carry a pistol for protection. TikToker Ashley Gullard, aka Ashley Solves Mysteries, who claims to crack crimes using tarot cards, uploaded 6 TikTok videos accusing a U of I professor of not only having a sexual relationship with one of the victims, but of ordering a hitman to carry out the stabbings. As a result, Gullard's followers unleashed on Schofield with such intensity that she grew concerned for her children's safety. Eventually, Schofield filed a lawsuit, which is still unfolding, but Gillard has refused to back down, saying, "I'm not stopping." And had mixed feelings about social media. On one hand, he relied on his followers for tips that broke news. He used Twitter to broadcast updates, which he referred to as nuggets. At the same time, he feared getting canceled, both figuratively, like all it takes is one mistake, everybody could turn on me, and existentially, as in straight up disappeared, like in the crime stories he covered. Sometimes while covering unsolved mysteries or homicides like the Moscow murders, Enton pictured the killer watching him, getting angry, wanting revenge. What if they kidnapped him? It soothed him to know what if he had go missing, I would have already had a good army of people to find me. After the special, Enton's fans fixated on his stuffed up voice, messaging to ask whether he was sick or if it was merely allergies. It was cocaine. Private investigator texted to say that Enton's eyes looked like slits and that he should be on Robitussin. It was cocaine, guys, cocaine. Sleuths posted screenshots of the segment claiming Enton wasn't really in Moscow at all, that the snow was fake, and he had been standing in front of a green screen On Reddit, people debated whether News Daddy was a real journalist or just another influencer. These people are crazy. Absolutely fucking crazy. I don't know what this means. Total waste of 42 minutes. Oh, under N's tweet about the special, someone whined total waste of 42 minutes. Crazy. Monk? What about Matlock? So that was pretty much the gist of it. That was pretty much the gist of it. The rest is about Anton's life. I think it's funny though that he thinks people would like be watching him. That's pretty funny. He drove like, yeah, I know he did. Hey, Gravy, have you ever watched the show Nashville on Hulu? That's like your type of show. That's the whistle down. I just saw your text. That's what I'm saying. Fucking what's his name? Pascal. Another one. Title: Knife found. Brian Kohlberger's K-bar knife has been found. Really? Where the fuck has it been found? Please tell me where it's been found. Unbelievable. These people are fucking crazy. Yeah, Whistledown just sent it to me. And then you have people coming in here. Saying stupid shit like that other person. Oh, there's no appeal on a defense. Yeah, there is. On a death penalty. Yeah, there definitely is. This is a great picture, though. You can really see the angle. Hold on, let me pull it up. What's his name? Pascal? Pascal show? It's the Pascal show, right? Hey, Mickey. Yeah, 1.4 watching. Hold on. So he's got this paperwork. Hold on. I'm going to show you guys in a second. Hold on. Hold on. I'm just reading. Bear with me. I'm reading this court paperwork. And I'll tell you why this doesn't make any sense. Let me back up. All right. This makes absolutely zero sense. I'm going to explain all this. Hold on. I got to switch things. Hold on. But you guys are going to be as confused as I am. You really are. Hold on. Check this out. Okay. I'm not going to play his voice. So he has, someone sent him, or it looks like he got it on Twitter, the court documents. All right. There's a knife in the warrant. All right. So here's the actual court papers. This matter came before the court on February 10th of 2023 on the court's motion to seal and redact. Hold on. Okay, to seal and redact pursuant to ICAR 32, the hearing was held via Zoom, blah, blah, blah. The court reviewed the records, considered the arguments presented, weighted the interest in privacy and public disclosure, and announced its findings of fact for the record. Therefore, pursuant to ICAR, the court finds it necessary to seal the records related to the search warrant for the following reasons, blah, blah, blah. All right. That was the sealing of the search warrant. All right. Warrant for Apple, which they're never going to get anyway. Based on a motion to seal, affidavit for whatever, none of this matters. All right, this is just this warrant and related documents. Disclose the identity of confidential source. Wherefore the state respectfully prays the court seal it. This is all about the sealing. Okay. Order to seal with Apple. They ain't getting shit from Apple anyway. From the forensic lab. Order sealing search. All right. Affidavit of Lawrence Mowry. I, Lawrence Mowry, duly sworn to hereby state the following information is true. That I am employed by Moscow police. Affidavit has been a trained and qualified peace officer for 12 years. On October 26, I obtained a search warrant for Amazon. The warrant was served on November 26, 2022 by email. On 12/8/22, I received an email from Amazon which contained the requested information. An inventory was prepared for all of the items received, and the information received was placed into evidence at the Moscow Police Department. Okay. So now you're probably wondering, well, what are they talking about? On November 26, 2022, at approximately 3:32, Detective Mowry served the search warrant heretofore issued upon the place and or person described therein as directed in search warrant. Entrance was obtained by Amazon.com. Okay. So what do you think this means? I'm going to tell you what this actually means. So they believe in their research, the police believe that either the number is on the sheath. Maybe, I don't know that much about knives, but I'm thinking that the item number or whatever, the ASIN number, must be the sheath. They found that the sheath matched to this knife, I guess, that's bought on Amazon. That's all this fucking means, people. So 1,700 people in his chat, 1,200 people in the other chat. Nobody knows how to read a fucking record. And people wonder why I get so pissed off. Yeah. All they did was track this back to fucking Google. I mean, Amazon. That's it. That's all they did, people. Nobody found a knife. The property found and taken and the location within or upon said place and or person are as follows. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong, though. Because they're saying description of property. The property found and taken and the location within or upon said place and or persons are as follows. So here they're saying maybe they did find it. This is why I said this doesn't make sense. Because according to this, property found and taken and location within or upon said place and or persons are as follows. Now, ASIN number is B001H53Q6M. So, did they lie? Are they lying? Or are they not lying? But here's the catch, though. Why would they tell Amazon what was found if that was actually found? This is where I'm a little confused. No, this is an actual document. But this is where I'm a little confused. This is all on a search warrant for Amazon. Okay, I think they would have put that out if they found the murder. That's what I'm saying. That's why I don't understand this. Because why would all of this be on this document? Receipt and inventory of warrant. And this goes to Amazon. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. This is where I'm a little confused. Because none of this entrance was obtained by Amazon. Serve the search warrant issued upon the place and or person described therein as directed in search warrant. Entrance was obtained by Amazon. So Amazon found it? Like I am a little confused. I don't know. But it's like all of this shouldn't really be on the same paper. They gave Amazon the search warrant to get records. Maybe. Yeah, but is it really? Oh, I'm trying to pull it down like I can do this. That's the part I'm a little confused. So let's go forward. Okay. In the above title matter, this court having hereto issued a search warrant and the said search warrant having been served according to law and the return of warrant having been duly made as directed in search warrant to this court and a written inventory of the property found and seized having been duly made and taken before the undersigned magistrate or judge. Okay, I might be wrong because it does look like they may have found it. I'm not 100% though. And this above titled order said warrant has been served. Hereby order that the peace officer shall deliver or cause to be delivered the property described in said inventory to the Moscow police. What? This is where it starts to not make sense. In the above titled manner, the court having issued a search warrant and the said search warrant having been served according to law and the return of warrant having been duly made as directed in said search warrant to the court and a written inventory of the property found and seized having been duly made and taken before the undersigned magistrate or judge and filed herein. Okay, if the knife was found, if the actual knife was found, they wouldn't need to bring it to a judge. It would be in evidence. So it can't be the real knife. Because according to this right here, that the property was seized and was taken to a judge and filed, and that the said police officer shall deliver or cause to be delivered the property described in said inventory to the Moscow Police Department. That doesn't make sense. Once any related criminal case has been concluded, including the expiration for time, at such order, appropriate time, the property can be released or disposed of upon authorization of the jurisdictional prosecuting attorney. Is further ordered that said property or any part thereof may be delivered to any person. Yeah, I don't think they found the knife. This is not the actual knife that they found. So everyone that's saying, I mean, I understand it could be confusing, but yeah, they didn't find the actual knife.
Oh, I did remind you that me and Anna are leaving Monday, right?
I think you said Tuesday.
It was, but she added another day because we wouldn't get there till like Tuesday late night.
All right. Because if they had the knife, it would just be in police custody. Lawrence Maury, having given me proof upon oath this day showing probable cause, establishing grounds for issuing a search warrant and probable cause for belief that the property referred to and sought in and upon said premises consists of information for the crime of homicide in the possession or control of Amazon related to the sale of the following items: a K-bar and a fighting knife sheath and a straight edge. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I think they're trying to show proof of purchase through Amazon. See, that's what I thought too. And thank you so much, True Crime Junkie. That's what I thought too. But it doesn't, I'm so confused. Because on one hand, they're making it sound like that they actually have the knife. And then on the other hand, I agree with you. That sounds like they don't actually have it. Account information of the above named individuals, entities on Amazon.com or affiliated websites, including but not limited to contact information, billing information, account. Okay, so they agree that he bought it on Amazon. Order details, purchase history, payment information for payments made, all customer interactions. Okay. For Amazon, we get that. It would only prove it was, yeah, but you know what that also proves? That idiot, I don't think that's what I'm saying. Thank you, True Crime Junkie. I completely agree with you. That's why I don't know why all these people are coming out with, oh my God, a K-bar knife has been found. No, it really hasn't. K-bar bought at Amazon. Not that it was. See, that I could live with. That's a correct title. K-bar bought at Amazon. That is true. Thank you, Michelle After Dark. But I mean, I can see where it does look like that a K-bar was found. I mean, I do see that. Electronically stored records shall be produced in electric form. So this is all about the Amazon warrant. Images should be produced. All right, this is just all about Amazon. Command to search the above premise to seize it. All right, to seize it, found, and bring it promptly before the court above named. This warrant shall be executed within 7 days of issuance and is authorized for daytime service. Do they think like Brian sent it back or something? Because that's what I'm thinking. Did he purchase it and then send it back after the murders? Oh, think about that for a second. Think about that. What if he bought the knife, did the murders, and then returned the knife? Oh, think about that for a second. That's brilliant, really. But maybe that's what this has to do with. And he sent the knife back. And that's why they're saying we need that knife. Oh, that's fucking brilliant. And that's why they weren't able to find the knife. Yeah, Amazon. Why else would they be doing all this for Amazon if Amazon didn't have the knife? Amazon must have the knife. The sheath was separate. According to the warrant, a sheath is separate. It was one knife and one sheath, two separate things. Think about that for a second, though. It's very possible. And that would make perfect sense as to why they're asking Amazon to produce this knife. Oh, yes, it would, Stoner. Yeah, you can buy this kind of knife. He may have purchased it together, but even if you purchase it together, you can still separate. As long as they weren't purchased from one thing, like if he purchased the knife separately from the sheath. I'm going to look it up in a moment. And that's another way to not get caught. Hold on. Now I'm curious. Hang on 1 second. Let me pull up Amazon. Amazon. K-bar USMC knife. Yeah, it doesn't come with a sheath. Some do, not all do. All right, let me take a look. Something else. Yeah, you can buy it separate. I'll show you guys when we're done with the stuff. Sheath is sold totally separate. I mean, you can buy them together, but you can also buy them separately. And from the paperwork, it kind of looks like it was done separately. But I do wonder if that's what this is all about. Crystal, I'm laughing at you. But that's the only thing I could think of. That's why they're asking. They're telling Amazon that they have to produce this. It doesn't have the same model number. It's two different model numbers. I'll show you. Where are you getting it's the same model number? Two different numbers. One's a fighting knife sheath, K-bar KA1217S, and one is a K-bar full size. Where'd you get that same number? Yeah, two different numbers. Amazon, they have a bunch of freaky people. Would have their own serial numbers. Yeah, I'm going to show you guys once this is over. I think they're just trying to add. No, I think. Because look. Right here is where it hit me. Have given me proof upon oath this day showing probable cause, establishing grounds for issuing a search warrant and probable cause to believe that the property referred to and sought in or upon these premises consist of information for the crime of homicide in the possession or control of Amazon related to the sales of the following items. So he definitely bought them on Amazon. But I'm telling you, I think he returned the murder weapon. I really do. Which is kind of fucking smart. Sought in the possession, yeah? Possession of control of Amazon. But you have to read the whole thing because it's in the possession of control of Amazon related to the sale. I don't know. would it say if the return? I don't think so. But let me see. Hold on. Let me go back to Amazon for a second. Let me see what comes up this way. Okay. I'm going to write it exactly the way they have it. Okay. A 1217 S USMC. Yeah, it's right here. $97. And it does not come with a sheath. Let me see if I can do this. Hold on. Oh. Oh. All right, so when I put that in, this is the first one that pops up. There's no sheath with it. No, it's pretty much up to Amazon, but Amazon really, they return everything. But it all depends on when he bought it. Eligible for return or refund or replacement within 30 days of receipt. Oh my God, I'm sorry, but that would be absolutely brilliant. To kill with a knife and then return the knife. See, these all come with sheaths, but these don't. Maybe it does. All right, I'm wrong. What's cotton jersey? Does that mean it's not real leather? The most famous fixed blade knife design in the world. Oh, it is leather handle. Knife made in USA, leather sheath. It does come with a sheath. $97. Making a kill on a buy and return Amazon items and resell. Yeah, right, Rock Jim. Once China goes to a warehouse, and then if broken, recycled, if he goes to crate to sell, still tracks seller. But I'm just saying, think about that. Yeah, it's 100% cotton jersey. I don't know what that means, but I don't know that much about knives. But think about that for a second. Okay, the ASIN numbers, if you look up, is exactly what he bought by the same seller. Well, it's K-Bar. But I'm telling you, that is brilliant. It is absolutely brilliant. I mean, brilliant if you're a killer. See where my damn speakers are. Now arriving tomorrow by 9 p.m. That's bullshit. View order details. Track package. Package delayed in transit. No, really? It'll be here tomorrow. Thank God. Because it arrived today at 9:28 a.m. So why wasn't it delivered to my house? There's another thing I ordered. Squirrel, if you're listening, I caved in and I bought it. Freaking $75 damn dollars. But I want to see if it's any good. If I don't like it, if it's not perfect, I'm returning it. I bought this label ledge thing that puts labels on straight. I was like, I can't believe this thing is like $75. But all my crooked labels annoy the shit out of me. So I ordered this stupid label ledge thing. I thought it was going to be like $20. Nope. It's 75. My thing better work perfectly. So I never have another crooked label again. All right, let's go back to this. Hold on. All right. Just think about it, though. It's fucking brilliant. You should have 3D printed yourself. Oh, it's too big. It would cost too much in vinyl. Electronically stored records shall be produced. Text data relating to transactions shall be produced within data file using delimited ASCII text data format within software that can export without loss. Okay, here we're back here. You are therefore commanded to search the above described premise for the property described above to seize if it found and bring it promptly before the court above. See, I don't know. I just don't know.
Mom,
What?
can I go to the fair with Aiden and Scott tomorrow?
What?
Can I go to the fair with Aiden and Scott tomorrow?
I don't care. Got who?
Heck yeah.
Where's the fair?
It's at the Trash Pandas Stadium.
What fair?
The fair.
There's a fair?
Yeah, there's one today and tomorrow.
I don't know.
So can I go?
What?
Can I go?
Yeah.
I'll need like some cash tomorrow then.
Search warrant was directed by the court to be served within 14 days of issuance during business hours. The warrant was served by Detective Lawrence Mowry. However, as of this time, the information has not been received from Amazon. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I'm confused. Matter came before the court on February 10th. To redact, court reviewed records. The reinstated in said motion until the completion of case. That's ceiling. Ceiling. January. I currently work the day shift 7 to 5. On November 28th, I obtained a search warrant for American Express. The warrant was served on November 28th. January 13th, I received an email from FA Michael Douglas containing the requested data. Copy of the inventory receipt. Okay, property found and taken and the location within and upon said place and or persons are as follows. Okay, they're not property. They're actually humans, not property. According to I have a search warrant and said search warrant having been served according to law and the return of warrant having been duly made as directed in the search warrant in this court. Now, therefore, it is hereby ordered said peace officer shall deliver. It's the same thing. It's
Where the clothes that were in the wash go? Are they in the
What?
jar? The clothes that were in the wash this morning, are they in the jar now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
Redacted. It's just American Express. All open, closed accounts, signature cards. All right, so I guess they believe to use American Express. Credit cards, purchase of bank cards, correspondence, safe deposit boxes, other records of application. Really nothing. All records of other information, all devices associated with or used in connection with. It's all the same stuff. They want to know if Amazon in fact sells a specific type. Oh, yeah, but they don't need to do that. You gonna go to the fair too, Crystal? He couldn't return no shit. Why wouldn't he be able to return the sheath? Search warrant was redacted. All records and information. Contents of all emails, contents of all IMs, iCloud. This is standard stuff. Now he's showing the same documents over and over. That's iPhone. That's why I'm getting confused, because he's showing the same shit over and over. Stuff he already showed. He's repeating the same stuff. This is back to AT&T. It's ridiculous. I don't know why he's showing the same shit over and over. All right, so there you have it, folks. I honestly, though, I don't think they found the knife. I don't understand that, though. I'll be honest. I don't get it. I am a little confused about it. I can't lie to you. I am a little confused. Because the way it reads, it does seem like that they found it. Hold on, let me look up one more thing. And then I'm getting off because I'm tired. Can you turn? They take any item back within 30 days. You can return. You can return a knife. According to Reddit, I bought plenty on Amazon, never had an issue. Honestly, Angelo, I don't think they found a knife. I really don't. I can see why people may think they found a knife just from the way that reads. But upon further investigation, I don't think they did. Unless Brian returned the knife. And I really do think he did. I'm not going to lie to you. I really think he returned it. Which, again, is brilliant. Order a knife, commit a quadruple homicide, and send the knife back. It's fucking genius. It really is genius. I would never thought of that. It's an absolute genius plan. No, he definitely bought it at Amazon. There's no doubt about that. That's a fact. That's what this whole warrant is about. It's definitely a fact. There's no way they found a knife. Honestly, really, YouTube is becoming so disgusting. Hey, hon. All for content, all to make money. Obviously, it's the only reason for a channel. Varika, I don't disagree with you. But that's what the people want. People want bullshit. It's proven by numbers. People want the bullshit. That's definitely, I know, but think about that though, Crystal. It's fucking brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. I have an Explorer 1, and I'm very proud of my Explorer Slow 1. And don't you be picking on my Explorer 1. It would be brilliant. Like, no joke. That is some serious fucking brilliance. I would have never thought of that. Somehow, well, that's a good point too, Angela. Somehow they know he bought it from Amazon. Oh, the current Explorer is the Explorer 3. It's like super fast, got double blades. You don't need a mat under it. They say it's like the best machine you could buy at the moment. I'll worry about that when I get monetized on that channel. Once I get my damn speakers. He didn't have sheath, but he did have the sheath. But maybe that's why they're looking for that knife. I don't know. I'm not going to lie. I do not know. But I don't know. I don't know. I would need somebody who understands. I mean, I know how to read motions and stuff, but sometimes I don't know everything. And I'm going to have to ask like my cousin who's a lawyer to tell me what that is. Because I am a little confused on that. It reads weird. So I'm not 100%. I don't think they found it, but I'm not 100%. I'm not going to rule it out. Would I go live with that in my title? Absolutely not. But am I ruling it out? Not yet. If you bought 2, return 1. His phone, the FBI had would show, hey, he bought a K-bar. We know he bought a K-bar. Well, that's true too, Angela. It could have been on his phone. And you can see that. And the reason I say that, I know Amazon has like their own servers and stuff, but like when someone places an order for me, I can see if it came from YouTube, if it came from a cell phone, if it came from Google. I can see all that. So I'm assuming that Amazon can too. Like that's how I can tell, or like how Shopify can tell that, 85% of my sales come from YouTube because someone's clicking the link through YouTube. Where lately I've gotten more Google, that people found me through Google, and I could see all that. So I'm assuming Amazon can too. I mean, if I can, I'm sure they can. And for each sale, it tells you that. See, guys, that's how you know why I'll never leave YouTube. As much as I might bitch, because most of my sales come from YouTube. So I can leave YouTube. 85% of my sales come from YouTube. But I'm saying Amazon probably has that same thing. They probably see exactly where somebody bought it from. So I'm sure they can see where it was bought from. So the workers see. No, you don't see information in your, like, you just see wherever you see the actual sale. Most of the workers aren't going to see the actual sale. But what you see is where that sale came from. Not like the phone number or anything, but it'll tell you like through Google or through, YouTube. Doesn't tell me whose channel, but like Crystal, click, post that link, and then it'll tell me through, YouTube. But it doesn't decipher, it came from your channel, Molly's channel, Crystal. Like that I don't see. I don't see, it came. Do I see it came from yeah, I do see if it comes from an Android or iPhone. That I can see. If it comes from Google. It's pretty wild. Whoop. So, all right, I'm going to get off. I'm going to get back to Nashville, and I have some wrap packaging to do. I got a couple of boxes out today. Shit takes forever. It really does. Between labeling, printing. I'm excited for my new label maker. My label straightener. I love you too, Kim. But I'll see you guys tomorrow, hopefully with new speakers. They better be here tomorrow. But like I said, I'm going to watch some more Nashville. And I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you very much for Super Chat, PayPals, Cash Apps, members. It all helps. Every little bit helps. So, all right. I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a wonderful night. Peace. Oh, and by the way, if you're coming in late, clickbait title. No inside source, Slup O'Brien. Just saying. Peace.